Hey, everybody, it's that time again. Somehow, some way, time for the Drinks with Dee Dee
And John.
show.
Hello.
We love you.
Love you.
Been a great week.
Cheers.
We've done a lot this week. This week was
Happy birthday, American Kickoff. How about that for
right.
the beginning?
Happy sesquicentennial
Yes.
beginnings of your sesquicentennial. Anyway,
Well,
so we're celebrating. Well, go ahead, explain.
No, because everybody laughs because we talk over one another. But we are married. It happens. We love each other, so we'll try to be very clear and not do it. However, sesquicentennial is the 250th birthday. It represents 250. And we started the celebration at 249. Now, when John said we're celebrating the sesquicentennial, a lot of you smarty pants said it's only 249. We know that. We are celebrating for a full year. July 4th to
Leading up
July
to the
4th. Yes, to be
250th
clear.
birthday. So this is the countdown. This is the 10-9-8-7-6-5 to the sesquicentennial. Because I think if we started on July 4th next year,
we'd be a little late.
That we'd be a year late. But like we said last week, they celebrated Mickey Mouse's birthday for a year before it and the year after his 100th birthday. So
we'll just do 1 year. That's good enough. That's great.
I think so.
So
I think it's great.
Because of that, I'm wearing this hat and wanted to say thank you to Susan Smith. She's our friend and she comes to everything. She is so wonderful and always so positive. Because a lot of folks, look, we can take criticism when a lot of folks, they just want to nitpick and just criticize or whatever, and that's okay sometimes. But the thing about Susan Smith, she is always so supportive. She takes these beautiful pictures at the event, sends them to us, doesn't ask for anything, doesn't say a word, and then comes up with this hat, because you all know I love hats. And look how fabulous it is. It's gigantic, keeps the sun away.
It's ginormous.
And it has stars and stripes. So we wanted to thank Susan Smith. She came to LA. She came to New York. Yep. She is wonderful. We love you, Susan. Just wanted to give you a shout out. And I love my hat. Thank you. And actually, John tried to take it the other day and wear it. And I said, no, it's my hat.
I love that hat. I think that hat is great. I feel like with that hat on. But I'm also wearing a hat that was given to us yesterday at our friends in Friendship Tavern in Friendship, Indiana. And the tavern's been open since 1932. So we had a great time there. I got to actually drive a Slingshot. I've seen those, a thing that looks like the Batmobile with 3 wheels. And that was fun. But don't jump into one of those if you don't know how to drive a standard shift, because it's a car. It's a car with 5 forward gears and a clutch.
Have you driven one before?
Never driven a standard shift, but never a Slingshot. Yeah. No, felt a lot like driving a Pantera, actually. Pantera, not so much my old Corvette, but the Pantera, the pedals are really far away, and you feel like you're in a race car. Well, in the Slingshot, you really feel like you're in a race car. But
this is how great Indiana is. We get into the Slingshot, and we're doing that.
Well, we were at the bar talking about this car because we're buying a
car.
Boss Boar.
Okay, sorry.
NB, Nathan Bedford Boar, not JD, not Jefferson Davis Hogg. It's Nathan Bedford Boar. And he drives a 1974 Cadillac Eldorado convertible.
For the Earls of Perry, the show we're going to do.
Yep.
And it's this huge car.
It's big. It's like 18 and a half feet long.
And last week when John looked at it, I didn't get a chance to look at it, but my friend, Bonnie Lake. Bonnie Lake.
Oh, okay.
From high school, and then we bought it, the Boss Boar car from a classmate.
Boar is another name for a hog.
Well. So we all went to the same high school, so we all know each other.
Look at that little green light.
Okay, so we all know each other. So Bonnie's husband, Scott, said, get in the Slingshot and go up and see the car.
Yeah, here, take the Slingshot. I'm like,
here are the keys. And we get in, and there are 2 big zucchinis down by my feet. This is so typical Indiana. And neighborly. Yeah.
Zucchini in a Slingshot.
He said, here are the keys, take the Slingshot up to Eric's to buy the car, to look at it or whatever, because we had pretty much already made the deal. Because John had seen it before.
Here's a picture of it. It's a little dirty right now, and it's been sitting there for quite some time. But this is one of those kind of not really a barn find, but it's kind of a garage find. I'll bet this car, uh, I'll bet it has less than 50,000 miles on it. I'll bet it does.
And everybody's the thing whenever we post, everybody said, "Where are the horns? You need horns." Well, the horns were in the trunk.
They're in the trunk. There
We
are
got 'em.
horns because
We got 'em.
this car has been in a show, in a parade, where it needed horns on the front. So this car actually has horns. They're in the trunk at the moment. It's a beautiful car. It's 74 Cadillac Eldorado, front wheel drive, convertible. The top works, which is a big deal because that top probably weighs 300 pounds.
It's huge.
The front hood of this thing. Well, here's the picture. The front hood is
It's
just
bigger than a New York
monstrous.
A New York studio. I swear, it's
bigger-
as big as a
bigger than what, a
New York
studio
studio.
apartment?
Yeah, it is.
That's pretty funny.
It is. It filled up the whole. Garage.
That's pretty funny.
So then we come back in the Slingshot, and I thank Bonnie for the zucchini, and we all.
Well, that's when we found out the zucchini was ours.
Yes.
Oh, we got that for you. It's like, okay.
Oh, thank you.
And you say you have a recipe somewhere in the back of your head?
We all know Hoosiers know how to fry up zucchini. It'd be great. You're
Why?
gonna love it.
Why do Hoosiers?
That's
It's
what we
something
do.
only Hoosiers know.
Well, do you know how to do it?
No.
Well, see. And you're gonna like it. You're gonna love it.
I love zucchini.
So we
I
want
like zucchini bread too.
Well, you could do that as well. My mom's better at making zucchini bread than I am, but I'm a pretty good baker, but she's an excellent baker. So we've got all kinds of things coming up. So we had a ball in Friendship, and we had a ball at the regatta. You got a regatta.
We did. It was great.
Insane. And on this porch, right over here, we saw the fireworks. We had the best seats in the city.
Here's a little video of us watching the fireworks while we're talking. We just overlap this.
Unbelievable.
Why not?
I mean, I told John, I said, look, we really do. Because he was talking about, well, do we want to go down by the river? No. We have the best seats in the city. And we should do a party maybe next year. But
Well, because we'll have an actual porch. We were just out on the roof. Something I don't recommend.
Porch. We have it's this beautiful.
We have a porch. It just hasn't been installed.
No, we already have one. John just wants to do a second tier. So we have like 6 levels at our place. That's where we're going to end up. We're going to end up.
No,
with the
this is just too
basement, first
tempting.
Floor, second floor, third floor, this and that. That'll be like 6 floors.
That will be 6 floors.
And that's fine.
But see, right on there's a screen door here, right here, and it goes out one step down to a roof that's on a slant, and it's 45 feet down to the ground. It's dangerous, is what it is. It's dangerous. So what I want to do and what we are doing, we are on the waiting list to have a gentleman and his crew come out here and put up one of those. I think it's what they do with recycled water bottles. It's because it's a plastic planks that they make, so you never have to paint it.
Wood, but
no, that's because you don't have to go out and paint it, and it doesn't rot. This stuff doesn't rot. It'll be around long after we're not. So, but there'll be a railing out there. Right now,
which is helpful.
There is no railing, which is why my electric suit top is still down there.
Yeah, John's electrocution suit top, he put it out here to
dry.
dry. And then there was a storm
Look,
who blew up.
There's one right there. It's drying. That's, you might be a redneck if you put your electrocution suit
on the back porch.
On a chair on the back porch.
It flies over to the neighbor's roof. But the reason it happened too is because the door flew off because there was like tornadic winds. It was like, and
You say tornadic?
Yeah, tornado is whatever you want to call it.
I think tornadic is a great word.
Anyway, so it blew off the screen door, which kind of needed to be blown up anyway. It wasn't great. And then the electrocution suit shirt flew off onto the neighbor's rooftop, Tim's rooftop. And then a bird came in and built a nest. And then when we got back, there was the nest, the shirt was gone, and there was poo-poo all over the floor. Lots of gifts. Lots of
gifts.
So anyway, we got a new door.
Probably got histoplasmosis.
We went to Lowe's, we've been to Lowe's a lot. So we went to Lowe's 3 times and finally was able to get the door figured out. The electrocution suit's still over there.
By the way, we only go to Lowe's because there is, as of this podcast, there still is no hardware store in Madison.
We want to go local, but there isn't one.
So that's why, We try not to do that, but you know, when you
But they
need
are very
things,
nice, though. They're
oh,
nice
they're
up there.
wonderful.
They're
Lowe's
lovely.
is wonderful. The folks up there at Walmart are wonderful. The people are. It's not about the people. It's about, you know, when you can. Like we can go right next door and probably get some great antique tools.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, when you need this bolt, this nut, this caulking, this whatever, and you need it now, you got to go up there. I understand that.
But we
It's
always
fine.
go mom and pop first.
In
Every time.
fact, we
We go for it.
ate breakfast because after the regatta, Hinkles that we talk about all the time, is closed for a week. They give because it's so, and you can't believe how crazy everything is here during the I wouldn't say the whole week of regatta, but from Wednesday to Sunday, it's insane.
Packed.
So they all get off. So it was it's closed. Hinkles is closed right now. So yesterday we went, my first time ever, to Bob Evans.
Bob Evans down on the farm.
I don't know what that means.
And then we did Big Boy too, but we really like
That was the week before last.
That was a week before last because you like Big Boy. And here's the thing, John always gets the breakfast and I always get lunch. And I love those places because Hinkles does it. Now we prefer Hinkles, but they were closed. Big Boy and Bob Evans because you can get lunch and breakfast.
Well, we also have, timing is odd when there's a laundromat up the road, and it's also right near Mad Love. There's a place where you can get breakfast and great coffee, like the Red Roaster here. You can get a breakfast sandwich and great coffee.
We do that a lot too. They're great.
But the Red Roaster is open most of the time, so it's like a toss-up. Do I make breakfast? Do we do that? Or because I'm the breakfast guy.
He is.
Or do we go? We've only done it once, and I apologize. We need to do it more because the muffin I had, it's homemade muffins. It's great, and they have breakfast. I don't remember the name of the place. Right in the corner. Remember? Just before you get the block before you get to Mad Love on the left-hand side. We went there one time. We got a lot. Anyway, it's great. It's up there. If you come to Madison, come to listen to the music, certainly, but also come to eat. Come hungry. There you go. Madison, Indiana. Come hungry.
And tonight we're going to go to Mad Love. Our friends are super duper good friends. They have Italian night.
Jeff and Kim.
And then we'll go to lunch tomorrow because they are. And then we're going to go to Knoxville. So it's been super busy. But before we get into this next weekend, we need to
let's celebrate last week.
Thank you, Mayor Bob Courtney. My gosh, what a wonderful guy. And, you know, put everything together. And, you know, we celebrated coming into the 4th of July. And then John and Rusty Bladen, they were on the front page of the hometown paper, which was great for me. I loved it. I thought
that was great. And we met, oh, goodness, McCormick. We met the grandson of the famous racer from the
movie Madison.
From the movie Madison. Jim Caviezel played him.
Mm-hmm.
And what was his name?
I want to say Jake McCormick. And then at the regatta, we get there, and Jake is going underwater. I'm not kidding.
Oh, in the green boat. It's like, whoa.
No, he's yellow.
No, he was yellow. He was green. He was green.
Okay, anyway, but, we could barely see it because it was already in the water. He was sinking. He had to literally get out of the boat, swim out. And then that kind of stopped everything.
Yeah, because it went like that, and then it started to go. But they got it.
They got the boat.
They got it.
Jake's fine. And what a nice guy.
He's my size, too. He's a big guy. And I didn't know that hydroplane racers were big like that.
Usually not.
Because a lot of the NASCAR guys are not. You know, they're smaller. So this he's more like Darrell Waltrip.
So anyway, super nice. And then John, it's like, you know, John always wants to race everything or jump everything. But you don't want to jump in a hydroplane, bro, because it's dangerous. But anyway, so John talked to Jake about it. He goes, well, you can go to school for that, like do like a little training school, and then you can kind of go do a lap around.
So you come do a lap next year.
So you can come do a lap. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but it would be.
You tried to get me in the boat anyway without any experience whatsoever.
To sit.
I'm not sitting in no boat.
I know you're not. So guess
I'm going to get in a hydroplane. I'm going to darn well drive it.
You can go to boat school and then take the lap.
Well, and I've been inspired to write a movie too. So we're going to need footage. We're going to need footage of me in a boat during the regatta anyway. So that'll be fun. So the regatta was, the weather was beautiful.
Well, let's talk about where we started with the water ball fight. And remember you saw the little kid.
We talked about that last week, didn't we?
I know, but I'm going to just say where we started. So the water ball fight, and then we had to go do the concert. Well, we wanted to do the concert here. It was amazing. People stuck around. It was jam-packed. It was packed at
12:30. 12:30, so
wonderful.
a.m. Yeah,
So
it
thank
was
you
amazing.
everybody who
Thank you,
came,
folks. Thank you,
everybody who
Rusty.
stayed. Rusty, who is
Yep,
amazing
he
too.
was great. He
Can I
was
say
great.
amazing one more time?
I think his name should be Rusty Blade. I really do.
I like Rusty Blayton. I think adding an N on there is good.
Rusty Buck Blade.
So then we went
I'm
all the
rooting
way.
to hold on there, Buckaroo.
Who's that?
Yosemite Sam.
Nice.
Excuse me.
Well done. Are you okay there?
Dizzy.
You okay?
Thank
So
you.
did the concert on Cloud 9. It was great. And then we had to get up early. Went to bed late, had to get up early, and then drove to Dunlap. And that was another amazing time. And I said, amazing. Get in the world, Dee Dee.
Ooh, it was hot in Dunlap, though. My God.
It was.
There were people there passing out as well. But I want to thank everybody who waited in the autograph line. That was terrific. Thanks to Big Rick, and thanks to everybody who was there. Cody, especially, the Stars and Bars band. Greatly appreciate your excellence. And you know, the amazing thing about that is because when we're getting ready to do the regatta here, Rooster Tail, people said, "Oh, when do you have rehearsal?" I said, "We don't." So I wonder, you got to rehearse with the band. I said, no, we've it's not that we've done it so much, because I mean, for a while we did do 50, 60 shows a year. But my guys are they are just so on it.
They are so talented.
Yeah. When it comes time to do the show, we just do the show. Now we do go over a couple of the songs during sound check, the harder ones like Roy. We go over those, go over a couple of them. But my hat is off to the Stars and Bars band. Thank you very much. Thank you, Cody, for always making sure everybody's not only on time and in tune, but they're there to really perform. Because we know why we're here. We're here for the audience, right? The audience is not there for the performer. The performer is there for the audience. And my guys showed up so great here, and then so great there in Dunlap. So thank you. In fact, what do I have? I have a video, a DVD, that if you're interested, something we filmed in Madison a year ago, 2 years ago. If you want to check that out, I'll put a link in there. It's called Small Town America, I think, or Life in a Small Town, or Small Town Redneck, or You Might Be a Redneck.
They get the drift.
Anyway, I'm going to put a link in the description below. Check that out. It's actually a lot of fun. It's a great show, and you'll get to meet Hillbilly Barbie.
Oh boy. I think it's Small Town America.
Yeah, but what do you think of Hillbilly Barbie?
I like it. So that'll be at the store, and that's really Cody's project, and it's really quite good. And you can buy it.
Louie and Becky, it's wonderful.
And John's featured. John's featured in it. I mean, he's so busy, there's so much to do, but he's featured, and it's really wonderful. Yeah, so check it out. And I'm glad you brought up Rick Bullard, because let me tell you about Rick.
Big Rick.
He's a cop. He's a police officer, and off duty he comes and helps John. And in Somerset and in Dunlap, it was so hot, and he stood by John the entire time. And believe me, in Somerset, he needed it because it was such a big crowd. It was like 50 people deep. I'm not kidding. It was like the person John all the way over. I mean, 35,000 people in a small space.
It was pretty wild.
And I felt very good that Rick was there, because it made it safe for John. Not that anyone wants to cause him harm, but when you've got a big crowd, things can happen.
Some people do.
Things can happen. So anyway, in Somerset, thank you, Rick, and Shannon, and Olive, his team. And then also in Dunlap. So we appreciate you.
We do very much. And every time we go to an event and Rick is there, he shows up with some other piece of memorabilia I've never seen. Like, where in the world?
And it's always safe, thank goodness, because the man's packing. I like that.
He's also 6'6".
Yeah,
he's a little intimidating.
No one's messing with him, and or John when he's around. So, and
I've been wearing my shorter shoes lately. So
and shorter shorts. So when John,
they're not shorter shorts. These are my golf shorts.
I know, but people were calling them Daisy Dukes when they saw them when we posted when you were at the.
That's just because my butt is so shapely.
I agree. I'm not going to argue with you. No, you look great in them. Now, these are little shorts John wears, and they look good. They're not like Speedos.
All right, I'm going to get rid of these shorts.
No, they're great. I'm just telling you that when we posted online, people were saying, "Hey, nice Daisy Dukes, John." And I didn't think of them that way, but in the chair, they were
I don't
kind
think
of
they were
tight.
being complimentary.
I think they were.
Well,
The women
now
were
I'm
for
weird.
sure.
Now I'm all. I just always hated those
They look
basketball
good.
shorts. People
They
wearing
look.
basketball shorts
I hate them when they're hanging off
down to
and
their
like you can
knees.
see their underwear and stuff. Just no, they look
Well, on a good day, you can see their underwear. So those other days, I worry about.
plumber. And I hate to be critical of plumbers, but you know what I'm saying.
That's right.
So we had the best
Great
week.
thing about a plumber is you always know where to swipe the card.
Not going.
I cracked me up on that one. Oh my God.
Oh no, it just continues.
Oh my God. The hits just keep on coming.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so it was, the regatta was great, starting with the music. The food down there was great. The people were great. All the folks who ran all the gates, all the security folks were wonderful. The folks that ran the VIP tent, everything was fantastic. So again, Mayor Bob, thank you for a stellar regatta. It was great.
Dan Cole, that's another one. Melissa Wolf and Tony Steinhardt. I'm sure we're leaving people out, but anyway, thank you all. All the Manasonians are just class A.
You got a lot of big words this time.
Like what?
Madisonians.
Because we are Manasonian. You're a Manasonian.
I know, but okay.
You know, I went to Hanover College, right? So now I'm going to put a plug in for my alma mater, Hanover College. And I'm also going to say the 10
What
classes.
does alma mater mean?
The classes I took at Harvard, 10 of them, 9 A's and a B, or it may have been 9 classes.
I think
whatever.
you've already said this
a
bunch of times.
I don't want that degree. I want it somewhere else. So anyway, let's figure it out. Well, I want to say it again because I'm not happy with them right now.
Remember when we were somewhere and you said that?
Oh, and the woman said, really mad.
"Oh, I'm Harvard all the way."
She just all the way. I'm like, okay, and she
steamed off.
That was in Nashville. I said, well, you know, I've got all A's and a B, and it's Harvard classes, and I don't even want it anymore because of how they are towards Trump and whatever. And she goes, I'm Harvard all the way. I'm like, well, go all the way. Enjoy that. But I don't care if I mean, at this point.
We love to talk to you. You know, that's the thing. Don't run away.
But
don't run away, liberal
I said,
America.
I want nothing to do with that. And I don't. I mean, it doesn't have to be Ivy League, Dartmouth. If we're working on that because I do want to get my master's because I'm already halfway there. But, and you know what's funny about Dartmouth? It's in Hanover, a town called Hanover.
Oh, no kidding.
So it might happen, but it'd be tough for us to be there while we're trying to do the tours and that sort of thing. So we'll see. We'll figure it. Maybe it'll be IU. Maybe it'll be Purdue. Maybe it'll be Butler. I don't know.
Purdue, that's where the chickens go to school. That same family?
Georgia. No.
But it is Purdue. It's the same word. It's the same name. My name is.
But anyway, I'm going to get my master's degree somewhere, and I have these classes from Harvard that, you know, all A's and a B. My writing class was B. John's a better writer than I am.
I have no classes from Harvard.
John is an excellent writer. He's so good. He's really good. I can't, like, for me, I get bored easily, so I'm like, all right, I'm already bored of the sentence. Let's just go to the paragraph. Let's just talk about the whole story. Or John is so good about going line by line by line by line. He's really a good A to B person.
I've been writing now.
So
so I've been writing for 2 days, but no, on this particular idea, after the regatta this weekend, this used to happen. It hasn't happened in a long time, but it used to happen where this whole story would like, bam, would like hit me, and all the structure of it and what needed to happen, you know, in broad strokes, certainly, because
I'll be back.
Writing is not necessarily writing as much as it is editing. So you write a novel, you write a story, you write a story, and then you edit it into a short story. So with this, I have probably in 2 days written 80 pages. It's insane. I've never done that before. 80 pages of a. Why are you doing this in the background?
Because it's drinks with.
Take it away from it and do it somewhere else. It's distracting.
It's not distracting.
It is.
It's drinks with Dee Dee and John. I'm pouring wine, and I love this wine, McManus Cab, by the way, that we always get at Mad Love. In fact, they brought it to us. And then this is the Double Oak Whitford, and then I'm going to get juice and put in it, and I'll be back. I'll be back. I love you, honey.
Can't wait. So, so I've, so I've written these the 80 pages on this. I'm not sure what the name of it is, but it was inspired by. Uh, we had a little bad weather here. We had some interesting things happening during the regatta with regard to weather and when boats could and couldn't race. So it made me start thinking about things. But the whole story, bam, presented itself, and I sat down yesterday. My gosh, it was just yesterday, and started to write. That's what that is. That's what all that is over there. So all of those little stickies on there are plot points and important things in a story. Uh, from the beginning of the movie is top for you, top left. The end of the movie is bottom right, and all the things that happen. So anyway, I was so inspired by a series of events the other day, and from the whole experience of the regatta, and going to friends' restaurants, and going to finding out Hinkle's was going to be closed for a week. And oh my God, Hinkle's are going to be closed. The world will come to an end. But it was I was so inspired that I am. I'll bet you I'll have the first draft of this script by tomorrow afternoon, which I have to because we have to drive to Knoxville, right?
Well done, Ernest Hemingway.
Ernest? Don't call me Ernest Hemingway because I know how he ended. I'll grow my beard back and sit in my desk. I shot a special that in Sun Valley, Idaho, in what I was told was Hemingway's office, where at his desk, where he wrote his last.
Okay.
You brought it up, not me.
I'm more interested in...
I'm more of an Ernest Goes to Camp. By the way, Jim Varney, wonderful guy. Oh,
don't forget Cletus.
We should. We talked about Rick last week. Rick was a wonderful, wonderful guy, and they say the older you get, the more folks you wind up saying goodbye to. What?
Julian.
That's what I was getting to.
Okay, sorry. I love you.
So we learned just this last week that Julian McMahon, who I did Nip Tuck with, he did it for years. I did it for 6 episodes, I think.
And what was your name?
He was my name, but you don't need to know my name. Show that was way ahead of its time, but Julian was a wonderful, wonderful guy. And, he played such a badass on Nip Tuck that I didn't know. I didn't know what this guy was going to be like. But the first day we were filming, he came up to me, with his, he's like this cocky guy, but then he comes up and says, "Do you really have a General Lee?" And I said, "I do." And he said, "Could you take me for a ride in it?" "I can do better than that." "I'll let you drive him." We drove through the mountains of Agora Hills, California, and he was like a 8-year-old child who got that Schwinn underneath the tree on Christmas. It was just so great. Schwinn. Not
You know what that's from?
Yes. I worked with her. I did a wonderful show with
You don't know her name?
I do. Talk, say something.
Wayne's World.
I know, but not Pia Zadora. She was wonderful. Tia Carrera. Thank you very much. We did.
Swing, but it was really. But that was for Heather Locklear, by the way. Swing.
I thought it was for Tia.
Probably her too, but I think Heather was kind of the thing.
I think Tia was the swing girl.
Swing. Well, someone can tell us that because our friends.
You are just wrong.
I'm right.
You are wrong. You are just not right in the head.
They did it. I am so right in the head. I'm a genius. I really am.
Most geniuses are not right in the head.
He's right. My scores are through the roof. It might be hard to believe.
Oh, yeah, it is hard to very well. Yeah, okay.
Because John can parallel park. Not only that.
What the hell is that about?
I'm making a point.
I hope so.
Like, I am super duper smart about certain things.
And extremely humble. And proud of it.
Strategy and such. However, I can't park a car. So that tells you something where John is not only an excellent parker, because he can park a motorhome and the Raptor behind it.
She didn't drive the Slingshot yesterday.
Oh, no. I can park like straight in. Parallel parking takes like 8 tries. John, on the other hand,
I
can't
don't know how you
drive
got a
anything.
license. I don't know how you got a license.
I'm not with a license to kill. Do do do. I love all those James Bond songs. I'm just making your point. You're welcome. Call me an elf. One more time.
One more time. So we
Julian McMahon. Okay, let me finish one thing about him. Did you know that he was the son of a former prime minister of all of Australia, by the way?
Right.
That's huge.
Yep.
And I loved him in Charmed. Look, girls everywhere. He was this really great demon. You would think, who likes a demon? But I'm telling you, everybody did. He was this very nice looking and charming guy until he was a demon.
He was a great fellow.
Charmed.
And
tough. And then he was Dr. Doom.
He was Dr. Doom. But I'll tell you, he and Dylan Walsh, their relationship reminded me then and reminds me now of Tom and I. Because when I had the 100-year flood and then the 1,000-year flood in Louisiana in 2016, after the 1,000-year flood in August, the very first message I got was from Dylan Walsh and said, "Hey, I'm in Shreveport. Do you need any help? I'll be there tomorrow." And he was there and he helped. He was amazing. So as soon as I heard about this, I texted him and he was devastated because these two guys were like Tom and I. They were inseparable. And it's I guess it's rare to have that on a television show, but it was really great for me as someone who had experienced it. And I experienced it again on Smallville. But to be able to experience their appreciation of one another on a show that at the time was a very popular, top 5 or top 10 show. So it was great. So we love him. And
so he was more like Tom on the show, and you would be more like
No. Doctor.
You were like more the nicer, boring one. You were like the one in trouble all the time, like Christian. That's for sure. Dylan's character was more like Tom, and you were more like Christian, for sure.
Well, he was, Dylan was a little more pragmatic, and Christian was a little more, let's do it, and, try to clean up the bodies later. Yeah, okay, all right.
And then
so driving through,
the porn star guy.
I owned a adult film company.
But you were probably the star before that, because my guess is you would have that experience.
I was. That's why I had
Ram Peters.
Penetrate Video was the name. So, come on.
And I'm the one wrong? Ram Peters?
Yes. I didn't pick that. It just picked me.
Of course it did.
And I wouldn't... I also did a movie called... not a movie, a series. I think we only did 2 of them, though. It was sad. We only did 2, called 12 Miles of Bad Road. And another one, 2 Miles of Bad Road. And then another one called... Dirty Sexy Money. So these were shows that were all kind of very provocative back in the mid 90s. But I tell you what, he was wonderful. It was wonderful being able to fulfill one of his childhood dreams of driving the General Lee with Bo as his passenger. That was pretty. You know who else I did that with? Which is so funny is Crazy Jim Caviezel.
Oh my gosh.
Jim and I actually...
And we just watched a movie with him and Dennis
We watched Frequency.
Finished it up last night, and then John sent Dennis
I texted them both.
Message.
I texted them both and said, hey, I just want to tell you how much... I know both these guys, and I just want to say, look, I keep forgetting how important this movie was to me. So, folks, if you haven't seen the movie Frequency with Dennis Quaid and Jim Caviezel, my God. It's I would say that in the world of that back there, I would say Frequency is one of the only 5 perfect screenplays I've ever witnessed. There's a lot of great movies, but the movie a lot of times, I'll bet you that the Godfather screenplay did not read nearly as exciting as the movie. But I guarantee you that Frequency was a page turner. It was like, oh my God, what's going to happen next? So to Dennis, Thank you for playing that dad so well. To Jim, thank you for playing that son so well. What a great, great, great movie.
I still like
And to
him
the
better
bad
than
guy.
Madison.
Whoa, the bad guy in Frequency, though, was
He
so
was bad.
wonderfully, excuse me,
Bad.
bad. Jim was also, as Dee Dee mentions, also in a wonderful movie called Madison, which is about the Miss Madison
The regatta race.
and racing in the regatta that we just had this
He
last
was
weekend.
so perfect for that. I mean, I loved him in Frequency, and he's a great actor.
Count of Monte Cristo.
Oh,
my God.
he was great in that. You know, but Dennis is wonderful, and Reagan, and then the I feel so bad.
Oh,
for
neither
saying
one. I'll
the
tell you what.
baseball movie.
The what?
The baseball movie when I first
Rookie.
met him. Yeah, The Rookie.
Tell you what, these are two people that I don't think have ever made a cinematic error. Enemy Mine, Dennis Quaid did with Lou Gossett Jr. was amazing. The Rookie was amazing.
And the TV show Jim did, that was a great show.
Person of Interest.
Oh my gosh, it was
amazing.
So good.
Dennis.
And I even like Dennis Quaid in Jerry Lee Lewis. A lot of people didn't like him, but
Great Balls of Fire.
I
My
loved
God.
it. A lot of people didn't like him, and I thought.
Oh no, I thought he was great because I knew both of them.
Wasn't he? I knew both of them. Yeah, I thought he was great.
Yeah, you cannot play Jerry Lee Lewis and be over the top. You can't. That's like you know. Well, you know, the one thing about his performances, Elton John and Liberace was he was too flamboyant. No, that's not going to happen. So that was great. But wait, the other one. Stop it so I can think this through.
Okay.
Everybody's All American. Dennis Quaid, John Goodman. Oh my God.
I didn't see that.
So, that's on our list.
That's our next movie. John and I have movie night, and we trade. Like John picks a movie, then I pick a movie, or we pick TV shows. And we love the show Stick, so we watched that last night.
Oh my God!
It's a golf movie.
Owen Wilson,
so good.
I love you, man. I love you, man. You are so
and the villain
wonderfully.
The villain last night, he was so good. It's such a.
This guy was as good as Shooter McGavin.
Oh. That one, I don't know.
Because you just
I don't know about that, but close.
Hate him, and you really hate that you enjoy him.
I love Shooter
Oh
McGavin.
my God!
But yeah, I agree. He is
so good, and the young man, everybody in that TV show is great. So if you haven't seen it, if you're a golfer, you got to watch Stick. Owen Wilson is wonderful. We're also watching, we finally got it back on again. We got Duster back on again. Mm-hmm. Incredible performances all the way around. Wonderful writing. Keith David, who I've worked with before, great job, my friend. Great, great job. You are a scary man because of your winning smile and charm.
But he's really so nice.
Oh, he's so wonderful. And when, it's interesting about screenplays, when you know the intention behind the smile, it makes the smile more evil, and it makes people go, oh my God, what an actor. Keith David is amazing, but I tell you what, in this particular show, he is as charming as he is bad. Wonderful performance, my friend. So it's pretty great. The opening credits, I think, are a little odd.
I liked to watch them twice, and I was done. They were like Hot Wheels running around, though.
Yeah, little cars with nobody driving them, which I think that's pretty great.
Think you would like
but I don't know why they did that. I don't know why they.
I don't know. I thought it was cute.
What is the lead guy's name? From Lost?
I don't know.
From
I have no idea. I don't know him.
Tony, can you pull up a picture of what we're talking about?
Well, because
He's really great.
By the way.
Oh, that's right. We're watching it because of you, Tony.
Boss of UBNGO
Yep.
with all he says, well, you know, Duster reminds me of Dukes of Hazzard because they always have the cars in the beginning and all that. So we looked it up.
Yeah, but a Duster is not a '69 Charger. I don't know. The Duster is not. Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. They got the hood on it with the phony double like Formula 400 intakes on it. But it's really good.
That's a good one. But the
other one we're watching is
The Studio.
The Studio. Oh my God. Thing about The Studio is, who's that? Seth Green. If you don't know anything
about Hollywood,
Josh Holloway is the gentleman who is in Duster. He's great. He was in that. He was also in Yellowstone. We watched you've not seen Yellowstone, but we saw him in Yellowstone.
You showed me a few minutes.
Well, because it's amazing. He can look like he just walked out of Queens or just off of an Indian reservation. It's fascinating. Wonderful look, wonderful actor. But oh God, what was I saying? We were watching. Oh, the studio. Thing about the studio is, if you don't know how movies are made, then I don't know that this would be even remotely interesting to you. But to me, it is so funny. Tony, I don't know if you've seen the studio or if you recommended that too. But my God, this thing with the backbiting and the everyone trying to climb the ladder and put their foot firmly in the eye of the person under. Oh God, it is so much.
It's like such a love-hate show.
Real Hollywood, but it's real
Yeah.
Hollywood. So
And
if you
John
want to
and
know,
I-
that, and you should watch what was it, The Offer, which was great about the making of the movie The Godfather.
Yeah, that was great. That was really wonderful.
Yeah. But this one is more. This was more like they're at the Golden Globe Awards, and they were like, "You sat me with the TV people." Well, listen, mofo, I'm a TV people.
I know, but the guy that was complaining about being all the way in a backboard, he ended
Sal
up being
Saperstein.
being the star of everything because it just ended up being a joke, and he ended up being the nobody star of everything, and it made the studio head mad. Typical
Well, sure it
Hollywood.
should.
Typical Hollywood craziness. And by the way, we're going out to Hollywood August 17th. John's going to do a thing at the Hollywood Bowl, and it'll be wonderful.
I haven't done the Hollywood Bowl since I did Sound of Music. Probably 1990 something. One other show that we're watching, which I can't believe that we love, but it's really good, is
I'm not with you on this one.
You Are. Harrison Ford is in it.
Oh, Landman?
He's not in Rain Man.
Landman.
No, he's not in Landman. It's the one, not Shrinked. Shrinked.
I don't know about that. Shrinking. I don't get that one. I'm not sure I like that one. Maybe I've been too tired.
He doesn't understand the one about psychological issues.
Well, why would I? Because I'm perfectly sound in that area.
And damn proud of it.
He likes to say I'm not, but
I think it's...
Because my nickname is Crazy Dame at the end of the bar, but okay.
You are a crazy dame at the end of the bar.
In a good way.
But I think it's really good too. I think the folks in it do a wonderful job. Harrison Ford is amazing. He's amazing in it. So these are shows that we've been watching lately.
And then we have to say two things. Always try to get into.
I want to see the Brad Pitt racing movie.
Oh yeah, we totally.
F1 the movie, right?
Yeah.
FU the movie.
We need to go see that. Some people love it, and some people say it sucks. So we'll see.
Let me see their last movie.
Right. So
people who are critical of technical issues with a movie. Oh, well, let's see your last film. And guess how long you have to wait? Forever. Because these armchair critics, they've never made a movie in their lives. They have no idea what they're talking about. And I tell you what, we've been watching all these great shows. And as average as my green screen driving stuff has been in a couple of the movies that I've made, it's just as good as the stuff we're watching on television right now. And they spend a whole lot more money doing it.
Well, let me make a point.
Just saying.
Let me make a point as just a novice with green screen, meaning I don't know anything about green screen.
There's a green screen right there.
Right. However, what I will say is everyone loves Dukes of Hazzard. Everyone goes nuts over
No green screen.
Hazzard. No, they put a freaking stick underneath the car and made it go up and down. Hello.
It was rear screen projection. It wasn't green screen.
They put the stick underneath the car, and then Bo and Duke are going like this or whatever.
Bo and who?
Luke,
Thank
Duke,
you.
whatever.
And they're blowing dust.
Right. And people loved it. So whatever. People get tired of the superhero movies where it's all fake. So if you're taking that,
you know what? When it's all fake, you don't know. You don't have any reference.
Or the song or the stuff, whatever. People love it still. No, they go like whenever the car starts, they always play that bluegrass music or that country music. When you jump in the car, it's always the same. And people love it. They do. Every day people come up. Well,
Every day people come up and they say things about Christopher Walken. No, about Chris.
Cowbell. Too much cowbell.
Gotta have more cowbell. It's never too much cowbell. So we're going to film, I think. We're going to film, I think, a couple of scenes. A couple of the chase scenes in Hazard, Kentucky.
With cowbell.
Earls of Parry with cowbell. For the summertime. I think what we're thinking about doing. I'm talking to some of the greatest stunt people in the world right now, who are dear, long-time friends of mine, about uh, shooting second unit, which is stunts first. Seems a little odd, but shooting second unit first and go. What? Am I boring you?
No, I was trying to pull up the Dukes of Hazzard background music because I can't sing it.
So we're talking about going to Hazard and shooting some of the stuff, a couple of car jumps, the smaller ones over the railroad tracks, then a bigger one, and then a super modified car going through a fence and over into a hot dog stand. These are the fun things that we get to do. Talking about doing that in the toward the end of summer, this summer, because I've got we are collecting the cars. The Boss Bore 74 Eldorado. He's going to get an oil change and get all the fluids work, get a little work done on the master cylinder, and then we're going to bring that to Hazard, Kentucky. We already have a couple of the other cars there, in Hazard, Kentucky. Buddy of mine, Kevin, is bringing what will wind up being the hero car to Hazard, Kentucky, the General Jackson, by the way. And we've got to get T-tops cut. We've got a lot of stuff to do, just vehicularly, I think that's a word, before we start. So I'm thinking what we'll do is we're going to do some second unit first, and then when it's a little cooler in the spring of 26, we'll go and we're going to shoot 5 episodes in a row, and it's going to be glorious. But I don't want people to forget, especially with the big jump that just happened in Somerset. Thank you, Raymond. You did a great job. I want to keep cars in the air. Okay, so we're going to do that in Hazard. It's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. And if you live anywhere near Hazard, yes, we will wind up shutting down some of the streets so that we can do this, because they're going to be going fast and they don't want to run into you, and you don't want to be run into. Believe me. But you'll get to see firsthand. Finally, there will be cars flying through the actual real Hazard, Kentucky, which I think is about 46 years overdue. What do you think?
Just a good old boy. Never meaning no harm. Making their way the only way they know how. That's just a little bit more.
Do we have anything to talk about politically this week?
It's a good old boy. Well, a couple things I was starting to mention was thank you for all the suggestions. Please keep them coming.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
So
that's
seriously,
to our Gold Star families.
Yes. So we are doing the 50 state tour. 2 down, 48 to go. More to come. But your suggestions, we have really paid attention to them, and we're utilizing them, and we're putting together one event at a time. It's not like a big Sony or whatever. Putting together like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 30 cookie cutter tours. We are doing everything individually and want them all to be special.
Individually, independently. So it's a little more problematic for us. But you'll be able to see where we're going on the app. Get the John Schneider app. Call John Schneider.
And we're going to be in Vegas November 8th. That's one we can tell you about.
And something really cool may be happening there.
The Fremont Country Club, November 8th.
Yes.
Put it down.
I can't tell you what else may happen there, but we'll tell you next week.
Mm-hmm. So lots of other things cooking. But we're going to, you just have to check the app, because a lot of times we will make an addendum to something else. And in fact, we're going to be in Knoxville.
There you go, using them big words again.
We're going to be in Knoxville next weekend. And I don't know why, but Alec Baldwin canceled. On John's page, we posted, just so you know, I thought this was so funny. So we posted about Knoxville, and some guy, a friend, said, hey, he's afraid of John Schneider. I kid you not. 10 minutes later, he said, Alec Baldwin canceled. Don't know why, but he ain't going.
Don't know why there's no sun up in the sky.
But John will be there. A ton of people. The Dallas cast. Your friend
we do our. That's great.
Charlene.
Yeah, Charlene will be there. But also my great friends from Smallville, Tom Welling and Michael Rosenbaum, I think, and maybe Erica Durant.
I don't know, baby. I don't
So
know.
there are going to be some Smallville people there
Tom
too.
will be there, but
And
I
we
don't know.
have our panel on Friday,
Yeah.
right? Like early, like at noon or 1. So
Yeah,
it's one of the first things that
it's
happens.
later. So yeah, Friday at noon or 12:30, they're going to have the Smallville. So you want to get there Friday. We're going to get there Thursday night in Knoxville. Then we're going to hang out in South, and then we're going to be in Atlanta the next weekend, and that's going to be huge because you know that's kind of Dukes of Hazzard area. Because why?
Well, that's where we filmed the first 5 episodes, but it's also where I went to high school.
There you
So
go.
there you go. And it's also where we did the haves and have nots. So that should be
It's
that
going to
should
be
be
a fun
fun.
week.
Yeah.
So we kind of wanted to come back to India, excuse me, for the shoot in Friendship, but we'll try to make the fall shoot, but we'll get there. And that's where they do the muzzle loading. It's the National Muzzle Loading Rifle Association thing. And everybody shoots muzzle loaders and
Oh, it's great.
hatchets. And we really want to come back up for that. But we've decided we're going to
It's an
stay south.
awfully long drive.
It's an awfully long drive for that.
And I've been driving an awful lot.
Yeah.
Lately.
So tomorrow we're going to go to Knoxville. We'll be there for the weekend. And then we're going to hang out in the South and do a few things, certainly in Atlanta.
Finish the script.
Lots going on and so much fun. But again, I'll get back to thank you for your suggestions. Think of every state. Is there like a patriotic or historic or interesting venue that you think would be great to celebrate our country's birthday there? John singing or talking or dancing or whatever he's going to do. Because, you know, John Schneider can do it all. But we want to celebrate each and every state. We have Indiana, we have Tennessee, and you know what's next? Georgia. Georgia.
Devil went down to Georgia.
He was looking for a soul to keep.
Oh, my steal.
He was in a bind.
Because he was way behind. He was looking to make a deal. Till this young man sat up on a hickory stump and said, "Boy, let me tell you what.
Got something.
I'll take your bet. You're gonna regret." Nah, it doesn't rhyme because he's the best it's ever been.
Something of gold to get your soul. No.
Sorry, Charlie.
I know every note. I just don't know the words.
Fire on the mountain, run, boy, run.
Diddly 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 do.
The devil's in the house of rising sun.
Diddly 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 do.
Chicken in the bread back, chicken up dough. I don't know what those words are. No child, no. I have no idea. Anyway.
We're going to Atlanta, and it might be crazy exciting. I think it will be.
It might be. So, here, we got to say something political. So, I just saw a bunch of TikTok folks that had done interviews with Kamala Harris, who were liberal and did the interviews because they wanted to help propel her forward. But apparently the interviews were so bad that they collectively decided not to show them. So we had a president whose mental health was in serious decline. We are coming to find out, as if we didn't know. At the same time, we had a vice president who could not put a full sentence together. Can you imagine, in your wildest dreams, what we would be doing right now if she had won? Yeah, we'd be in the basement somewhere, opening up another can of Dinty Moore stew.
We'd be preppers.
I think we'd have needed it. I think Iran would have finished their program. I think they would have launched on Israel. Israel would have launched on Iran. Somebody else would have gotten in and said, "Hey, don't leave me out." And we would have been in fully blown World War III right now, if not done altogether. We're not far from being done altogether. I wrote a screenplay, a short film, never filmed it, but I wrote one, 40 years ago, called The Button, about the power of that button, that 3 minutes, the power of the button that those world leaders have. In fact, if you listen to, what was the last album I did on MCA? You Ain't Seen the Last of Me. There's a song on there called The Gunfighter. And it's about how, with a push of a button, the end they will start. Each represents the whole of their people, trusting in judgments they do not dare doubt. But others involved stand alone on the sidelines if they had their way of this race nuclear race, they'd get out. So it's been something I've been thinking about for a very long time. So
But the good
let's
news
pray for our leadership.
But the good news is we have President Trump. All is well. We had a wonderful 4th of July. I think the country's in great shape, all things considering, what we had to pull out from. We've got like 2.5 minutes left. Check John's Facebook. We are everywhere. We're going to Knoxville. We're going to Atlanta. We're going to Greenwood, Indiana, like just in the Indianapolis area. We're going to Vegas.
God bless the U.S. Oh, not Lee Greenwood. Okay, Greenwood, Indiana.
I'm proud to be an American.
So check out that stuff.
I know I'm free.
Keep dreaming.
Stand up next. I like that look. I like the house.
Keep dreaming. Keep sharing your dreams with your friends.
God bless USA.
Oh my God. I have no idea what I was about to say, but it was very important.
I like to break out in a song. I'm sorry, I like music. I like to break out into song because I think if you're a happy camper in life.
Do Happy Birthday America. You sing the regular one, I'll sing harmony.
Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear America. Happy birthday to you.
That was awful.
It was great.
That was awful.
I loved it.
How old are you now? 250 years. Well, 249.
249 plus.
I know.
Leading up to 2.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Drinks with Dee Dee.
And John.
We've enjoyed at least every other minute of it. I hope you have too. Go to johnschneider.shop. Go get an app. Get an app.
Let us know about every state.
Let us know.
Go because we're relying on you because we trust you and love you.
But like Paul Harvey and like Charles Kuralt, tell us something that only people in your state know. Exactly. So that we can celebrate that for all the other states, okay? Like some little, not dirty secret, some little secret. Oh my gosh, so-and-so came from here. All right? We love you. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Tony. He's great.
So are you.
Yeah.
I love you.
I'll get by.
I love you.